Hi there, my name's Joe Carey and this is a presentation on what I've done to try and become a games developer. So what is a games developer? It's a broad term for someone who works in the games industry, but it actually can be broken down into several different disciplines. One of these disciplines being a programmer, so someone who works on the code behind the scenes and actually builds the application or game. They're essentially software developers who create video games. So that's the target job. Now the skills they need is normally a degree or a lot of experience, if not. A lot of self-motivation to continuously learn on the job as well as to acquire the skills before landing the job. C++ is like the industry standard language that people use. A portfolio, as you'll see in a minute, is pretty essential to show employers what skills you have and what past work you've done. It is actually very competitive, this industry. There's a lot of people trying to get into it. So any edge that I can have over other people is going to be a plus. Also, a passion for games. If I tried to apply for a games industry job without knowing games or playing games, I don't think I'd get very far. As well as all the technical knowledge, you need to be good with a team. The ability to work in a team is essential because it's like everyday life. You don't develop games on your own or big games on your own. So working in a team is essential. So if we look at a job position here at Sega, this is the kind of job I'd be applying for after university. So it's a junior coder, but it's actually language specific this time. So it's C++. This is pretty common. They're looking for people who are experienced in this language, and they want experience in the language and someone who's comfortable with game design and implementation with examples of their own games that they've made with the source code. Again, here's the university degree and passion for computer games. There's another one here, which is a software specific job, which is Unity, which is a game engine, and thereafter someone who knows C#, which is similar to C++, but it's one of the languages that Unity uses, and then experience in making games. So it became pretty apparent that I needed a portfolio website to show off what I've done so far. So I started looking at other people's portfolios like this one. It's on Wix, so it's not that professional, but it does do a good job of showcasing what this guy's done. There's loads of different projects on here, as we can see. As well as the professional projects he's done, there's also fun projects he's done on the side, which shows enthusiasm and passion for coding and the games industry rather than just doing it for university or for a job. There's also a bit about himself and a link to his resume, and also a contact button page with an email form, so people don't have to go to their inbox, copy and paste his email address. They can, if they're interested in hiring him, they can just send him an email straight away. And there's this one here. Again, nothing groundbreaking, but the domain name is simple, memorable, nothing like the name .tk. It's .com. Looks fairly professional. Lots of work on here showcasing this person's skill. So these are all the professional games that this person's been involved in, and it tells the employer what role they had and what software and language they used. So C++. And also fun side projects, like I said before, things that this person's done on the side. Here we are. Links to the resume and a contact page. So with this in mind, I made my portfolio website. It's on WordPress this time. I tried to go for the Apple kind of theme, which is clean, simple, large images, large text, high resolution images. There's me in the background. My name, hopefully job position in the future, and then yes, my LinkedIn, which is here. This does need to be edited. There's a few things I can add. and take away, my CV, and a contact me, which links to my contact page here. But also there's a latest work button, so if employers come to my website they can quickly see an example of something I've done, which is here. So this saves them the time of having to go to a different page. It's very simple and quick, and hopefully they'll be impressed and stick around on the website for longer. So yes, I'll go on to my work now. So this is the video I just showed you, which is this game. This is a previous game I developed with a client, and you can find the game here if you click on the different website which hosts the game. There's this mobile app which shows employees I can work for mobile, and they can actually download it here. They can download the APK file, so if they've got an Android phone they can download it on there, install it on the phone and play it without having to go to the Android Play Store. And also this Pong remake, which is on the same. There we are, so it's pretty simple, but it shows some of the skills that I have. Like so, and the About page here, just a little bit of information about myself, a bit about my creativity, and some of my knowledge, just some of the key components here. And then finally my contact page, picture of me again, nice little map showing where I am, it's Portsmouth, my contact details here, but also an email form on the side, so again they'd have to go to their email and copy and paste my email address. So the next thing I needed was a decent CV. So I started looking at other people's CVs. So this guy's CV, pretty simple again, contact info, little personal summary, education, their technical skills, some awards this guy's received, and his experience. Nothing too fancy like you'd find on say a graphic designer's CV. It's pretty standard. And this person's resume here, they've got a download option, so if the employer wants to navigate away from this website, they've still got the CV in their downloads folder. Again, personal summary, employment history, lots of game studios here, education, technical skill, ship titles, which I don't have, so I haven't included, and independent projects, and a bit of lecturing they've done. So yeah, with this in mind, I made my CV, which is here. It's 2 pages long, which might be a bit too long, but yes, my name here in orange to make it stand out hopefully, contact info, personal summary going over my technical skill and what software I know, my employment history or relevant experience here, and then other employment and activities and interests. I'm not too sure if employers really care about this because it's not relevant to their job, so I'm not sure if they care that I was a bartender. Similarly with the interests and achievements. My education, I could cut the A-levels and GCSEs because again it's not relevant, and then my references, here's a client I worked with last year, and then Steve Hand. Also at the bottom there's my contact info again, so it's nice and clear and they know how to get in contact with me. Again, the only real problem is the length of this. The problem I have is I have a lot of experience in different industries, but I'm not sure how relevant it is, so I could potentially cut that. Now the next thing is a business card. So if I go here, this is what I found. It's relevant, it's got a game in the background, it's visually interesting, it's got their name, nice and large, contact info, their job description. So I have made this. Now I'm not a graphic designer, so I didn't do this background image. This is just a business card template, but I did put my name here. This needs to be changed from developer to games developer, but it's quite a minor thing. It can be easily changed, and then contact info again. So this I can take, if I go to vistaprint.com or something like that, I can print off 500 and then use these at graduate fairs and conventions to hand out to employers, and hopefully they'll then go onto my website and I'll have a better chance of getting hired. So things or weaknesses I have at the moment is actually, if you look on my CV, there isn't a lot of experience in relevant industries. I mean, there's a lot of, these are events companies and record labels and a radio show. This here is the only really relevant job I had. So if I could get something like an internship, I was looking at this company which is local to Portsmouth. If I could work for them, or say Climax, and do an internship for a couple of months, even a couple of months, I could put that on my CV, and that would show that I know how a company produces games, rather than just doing it on my own or in a team. So there's that weakness. There's also some technical skills do need to be improved. There's some computer science fundamentals that I don't know at this point, so there needs to be a lot of further reading. There's also loads of other libraries and other technical points that I could improve on in terms of knowledge goes. But my strengths, I'm always improving, I'm always proactive and motivated, and I'm always looking for opportunities like this. If they got back to me and said, yeah, sure, do an internship, that would greatly help me and would put me above the competition. Something else I need to improve on is feedback from the industry. So I haven't actually had any feedback on my website or my resume or business card from industry contacts. So that would be something to improve on. Getting feedback and improving my stuff on that. And also to actually start applying for jobs and see what feedback I get. If I don't hear anything back from people, then I know I'm doing something wrong and I need to get some feedback. But other than that, progress so far has been pretty good. And thank you for watching.